The sun beat down on the manicured lawns of Oakwood, a picture-perfect suburb where life moved at a gentle pace. The Peterson house, with its freshly painted shutters and a swing set rusting gently in the backyard, was a testament to the idyllic life within. Inside, laughter often echoed through the halls, a testament to the seemingly happy family that resided there. Robert Peterson, the father, was a pillar of the community, a respected accountant, a little league coach, and the man who always had time for a friendly chat with his neighbors. His wife, Sarah, was the epitome of the doting suburban mother, always volunteering at the school and baking treats for PTA meetings. Their two children, Emily, 14, and Josh, 12, were the quintessential American kids, bright, energetic, and seemingly without a care in the world. However, beneath the surface of this seemingly perfect facade, a darkness lurked. A darkness that resided in the cold, damp depths of the basement, a place shrouded in mystery and forbidden by their father. The basement was a constant source of intrigue for Emily and Josh. It was a place of shadows and whispers, a forbidden zone that their father guarded with an almost obsessive zeal. Robert would often disappear into the basement for hours, emerging with an air of secrecy, his eyes often bloodshot and his demeanor strangely subdued. The children would hear muffled sounds emanating from below, the clatter of metal, the soft thump of something heavy, and sometimes, a chilling silence that sent shivers down their spines. Emily, the more inquisitive of the two, couldn't shake off the feeling that something sinister was happening down there. She would often find herself drawn to the heavy oak door that led to the basement, her fingers tracing the intricate carvings as if trying to unlock its secrets. Josh, more easily distracted, would try to dismiss his sister's concerns, but he couldn't deny the unsettling atmosphere that had permeated their home. One sweltering summer afternoon, while Robert was away on a business trip, a sudden storm knocked out the power. The house plunged into darkness, leaving Emily and Josh feeling a strange sense of unease. Determined to restore some semblance of normalcy, Emily ventured into the basement, armed with her phone's flashlight, to locate the circuit breaker. Josh, unable to resist the allure of the forbidden, followed close behind. As they navigated the labyrinthine maze of dusty boxes and forgotten furniture, their flashlight's beam illuminated a hidden door, concealed behind a large, imposing workbench. It wasn't locked. With trembling hands, Emily pushed the door open, revealing a small, soundproofed room beyond. The air inside was thick and stale, the metallic scent of blood hanging heavy in the air. The sight that greeted them inside the room was enough to make their blood run cold. The walls were lined with soundproofing foam, absorbing any sound that might escape. In the center of the room stood a single, metal chair, its surface stained a disturbing crimson. A stainless steel tray lay nearby, laden with a chilling array of surgical instruments, scalpels, clamps, bone saws, and needles. But it was the notebooks that truly sent shivers down their spines. Scattered across a small table were several thick notebooks filled with meticulous handwriting, interspersed with strange symbols and chilling diagrams. As Emily flipped through the pages, she discovered entries that spoke of experiments, of subjects, of pain. Terror gripped Emily and Josh. What they had discovered was beyond their comprehension. Their father, the man they loved and respected, was hiding a monstrous secret in the depths of their own home. They knew they had to tell someone, but the fear of disbelief, of being labeled as hysterical children, held them back. They decided to document everything, taking pictures of the room, the instruments, and the chilling entries in the notebooks. When Robert returned home, they acted as if nothing had happened, but the weight of their discovery bore down on them heavily. The laughter that once filled their home was replaced by an eerie silence. Emily and Josh found it increasingly difficult to look at their father, their minds constantly replaying the horrifying images they had witnessed in the basement. Unable to bear the burden of their secret any longer, Emily confided in Mrs. Gable, their next-door neighbor, a kind woman who had always been a source of comfort for them. Mrs. Gable, initially skeptical, was deeply disturbed by Emily's account. She urged the children to contact the authorities, assuring them that they would be believed. With trepidation, Emily and Josh contacted the local police. The officers, initially dismissive, were stunned by the evidence presented to them, the photographs, the chilling descriptions, the notebooks. A search warrant was obtained, and a team of detectives descended upon the Peterson home. The investigation that followed was a slow, methodical unraveling of a horrifying nightmare. The detectives discovered a hidden compartment within the workbench, containing a cache of sedatives, restraints, and a chilling array of personal items belonging to several missing persons. The notebooks, when deciphered with the help of forensic linguists, revealed a chilling pattern. Robert Peterson had been systematically abducting individuals, holding them captive in the basement, and subjecting them to unspeakable horrors. The arrest of Robert Peterson sent shockwaves through the quiet community of Oakwood. Neighbors, once so quick to offer a helping hand, now stared at the Peterson house with a mixture of horror and disbelief. The once idyllic suburb was now a place of whispers and fear. The media descended upon the town, eager to sensationalize the story of the seemingly normal family man who had been hiding a monstrous secret. The trial that followed was a media circus. Graphic details of Robert Peterson's crimes were laid bare, painting a horrifying picture of a man driven by a twisted obsession. The courtroom was filled with the families of the victims, their faces etched with grief and anger. In the end, Robert Peterson was found guilty on all counts and sentenced to life imprisonment. The Peterson house, once a symbol of suburban bliss, now stood as a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of even the most seemingly perfect lives. Emily and Josh, forever scarred by their discovery, struggled to rebuild their lives, haunted by the memories of the horrors they had witnessed. The case of Robert Peterson became a cautionary tale, a stark reminder that appearances can be deceiving. It served as a chilling reminder that even in the most familiar settings, evil can find a way to thrive. The shadow of their father's crimes continued to haunt Emily and Josh, but they found solace in each other's company, determined to rebuild their lives and find a way to heal from the trauma they had endured. As the investigation deepened, a chilling revelation emerged. The victims weren't just random individuals, they were connected to Robert in some way. Some were former colleagues, others were acquaintances from his social circles. The detectives began to suspect that Robert was not acting alone. There had to be someone else involved, someone who was helping him to cover his tracks. Emily, still reeling from the discovery of her father's dark secret, began to notice strange things happening around her. Her computer would randomly shut down, the lights would flicker, and she would hear whispers in the night. She started to believe that she was being watched, that someone was trying to send her a message. One night, Emily received an anonymous email. It contained a single image, a close-up of a hand holding a syringe. The sender remained anonymous, but the message was clear: someone else knew about Robert's crimes and was trying to warn Emily. Emily and Josh, now working closely with the detectives, began to investigate the anonymous email. They followed the digital trail, hoping to unmask the person behind the message. Their search led them down a rabbit hole of hidden identities and encrypted messages, revealing a web of deceit that stretched far beyond their own family. As the investigation progressed, a new suspect emerged: Sarah, Emily and Josh's mother. While she appeared to be the devoted wife and mother, there were inconsistencies in her alibi, and her behavior had become increasingly erratic since Robert's arrest. Could she have been involved in her husband's crimes all along? The detectives confronted Sarah with the evidence against her. Cornered, she confessed to her involvement in Robert's crimes. She had been his accomplice, helping him to lure victims to the basement and dispose of the evidence. She had been living a double life, playing the role of the perfect wife while secretly aiding her husband in his monstrous deeds. With Sarah's confession, the full extent of Robert's crimes was revealed. He had been operating a twisted network of abduction, torture, and murder for years, and Sarah had been his silent partner. The revelation sent shockwaves through the community, leaving everyone questioning the true nature of the people they thought they knew. The trial of Robert and Sarah Peterson was a media spectacle. The courtroom was packed with reporters and onlookers, eager to witness the downfall of the once respected couple. The prosecution presented a mountain of evidence, painting a horrifying picture of the couple's depravity. In the end, both Robert and Sarah were found guilty and sentenced to life imprisonment. The trial brought a sense of closure to the victims' families, but for Emily and Josh, the scars of their discovery ran deep. They had lost not only their father but also their mother, and the trauma of their ordeal had left them forever changed. They struggled to rebuild their lives, haunted by the memories of their parents' dark secrets. Despite the darkness that had consumed their childhood, Emily and Josh found a way to move forward. They became advocates for victims of abuse, using their own experiences to help others who had suffered similar traumas. They found solace in their work, helping to bring justice to those who had been wronged and providing support to those who needed it most.